I would like to talk about being specific as an actor. Do you strive not just to be a good actor, but a great actor? In this video, I will explain why specificity is essential to help you achieve greatness in your work. In the world of acting, it's easy to be seduced by the broad strokes, the intense emotions, explosive physicality, the scene-chewing monologues. But if you ask any seasoned actor, director, or casting director, they will most likely tell you the same thing. What separates a decent performance from a great one is specificity. And specificity at its core is an attention to detail. It's a kind of passionate observation and deeper choice making that transforms words on a page into a living, breathing human experience. So, what is specificity in acting? Specificity in acting refers to the precise and creative choices that an actor makes when creating a character and approaching the material. Specificity means not just identifying what you're doing, but why you're doing it, and then exploring how. Here's an example. Entering a room. A curious, specific, detailed actor doesn't just simply make an entrance. Instead of vaguely entering a room, the specific actor looks deeply into their character in connection to the given circumstances, and they think about, I'm entering this room as the character to feel more confident, but I'm scanning the room to see if my lover has arrived yet. Or how about this? I'm so excited to enter this room and see my long-lost best friend, but I'm deeply terrified of being judged and rejected. These are examples of how a specific actor looks more deeply into something as simple, as seemingly simple, as an entrance. Specificity is rooted in the vivid attention to detail. Without it, performances can feel hollow, cliched, and generic. But with it, they become daring and alive. Here are 4 examples of how detailed attention can elevate your acting. Number 1, attention to detail about people create authentic characters. Real people are messy, layered, and full of contradictions. They fidget, they hesitate, they speak in incomplete sentences. Specific actors recreate this by observing real life much more closely than the average civilian. They notice things like the subtle change in breathing someone has right before they tell a lie, how someone slightly pauses before mentioning a loved one that passed away, the rhythm of a person, how they speak and how they move, who's constantly second-guessing themselves. All of these micro behaviors and emotional textures help make a character specific, believable, and universal. Number 2, attention to detail about human psychology guides emotional truth. Broad and general emotions very often read as fake, both on stage and on screen. When you pay closer attention to why your character does what they do, or why your character feels the way that they do, your emotional responses become more grounded in the truth. And the complexity of what it means to be a human being will apply to how you create your characters. For example, instead of crying general tears in a scene, your character might feel a wave of nausea when they smell the same cologne that reminds them of their father. Or how about this? Maybe your character is trying not to cry and smiling, and the tears still flow even though you're struggling to cover the pain with a smile. The contradictions of the messier human experience, the nuances of emotional tension, is far more powerful than anything generic or general. Number 3, the attention to detail about physicality enhances your creativity. Actors who focus on detail don't just think about emotions. They consider how their entire body can tell the story. For example, a slight limp from an injury that the character never talks about. A great example of this in real life is Dustin Hoffman's performance in Midnight Cowboy. Not only did he use an animal for his character of Ratso Rizzo, but he also gave Ratso a club foot and a limp that enhanced the specificity of the character and also gave him something extremely profound to deal with that helped communicate the character's internal struggle and the hard life that he lived and continues to live in the story. Maybe the character is always smoothing their shirt before speaking as a nervous habit. The character might constantly eat because they're trying to fill a hole, or they need to feel safe, or they need to feel like they belong. These choices about physicality aren't just quirks, and they aren't just general tics that you're giving to your character arbitrarily, but if you are specific about where they come from, they become part of the character's expression of their lived experience. So here are ways to improve your specificity as an actor in doable ways. Specificity isn't something that just happens. It is a skill that actors can and should deliberately develop. Here's how. Number 1, people watch. Watch people everywhere. In cafes, on the subway, in waiting rooms. Notice them. Notice how they move, how they speak, how they react. Open up your empathy and try to understand what's motivating people as you watch them. Be a student of human behavior. Take notes, draw pictures, keep a reference for yourself in your artist notebook, and you'll never know when something that you observed can really be applied to a character. Number 2, build every character as a 3-dimensional human being. Use the script as your guide. It's your outline. It points you in a direction. But it's our job as artists to fill in the character's life, even if it's not explicitly in the script. We must create a full inner life for our character. What does your character need since they were 5 years old? Where did they grow up? What scares them? What do they never talk about? And why? How does this history influence the character right now when we meet them in the story? Number 3, get more curious about the given circumstances. In other words, instead of asking yourself, what's my motivation? How about asking more detailed questions, deeper questions? For example, what do I hope will happen when I enter this room? Or what do I not want this person to know about me? Or what secret or regret am I trying to cover up and keep under wraps right now? Number 4, endow your objects and environments. Endow your props. Think about what they mean to your character. What does this place that the character has lived in really mean to them? What do the things in this place mean to the character? Think about what makes a great production designer. But the great work of an amazing production designer is meaningless if the actors don't know how to make the props and the set come to life. Number 5, learn from other great acting performances. And I definitely mean study the great performers. Don't just imitate them, but try to get an understanding of what details are coming through that are unexpected, risk-taking, profound, vulnerable. Look at all the greats and be a sponge. If you continue to study these great actors, you will begin to understand how attention to detail really matters and how it makes their characters feel more three-dimensional and alive. So finally, specificity is not necessarily about massive, huge insights. Sometimes the most profound thing is in the smallest thing. The small choices many times have a huge impact. Acting is about truthfully living in a three-dimensional human being of this character in their given circumstances. Truth in acting, as well as in life, thrives in the details. Being specific is about being brave enough to commit to a real, nuanced point of view, to see not just the character, but this character in this moment, in this circumstance. And that's what helps make a performance unforgettable. So the next time you prepare a role, remember to fill your character with specificity and commit to the details. Because when you develop your passion for being specific, then you will find your greatness. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website and to learn more about the new Collective Acting Studio and our private coaching membership. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.